Hello, welcome back, and let's continue with this little dude, and we can do the nostrils and the mouth. And the way that I do that is I create a curve and use the curve as a guideline, and then project the curve onto the surface of the character. And so when we start retopologizing, we can work around the curve. And so I'll show you what I mean. So go to create curve tools, CV curve tool, and first thing we can just work on this little nostril here. So boom, 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 something like that. There we go. And as you can see, the curve is open, so we can go to curves, and where are you? Close it. Boom. There you go. And if you right click, go to control vertex, you can actually start moving some of these CVs around. And basically it doesn't have to be like exact, but just a general kind of shape. There we go. Something like this. Job done on that. Maybe just add a bit of a curve on that. There we go. And we can select all the CVs and just bring them forward so we can actually see it. And as you can see, the curve is just floating there in space, in 3D space. And what we want is this curve to be projected onto the surface, which we will do in a minute. So Control D, G, and then Scale X -1, and we've made a copy of the nostril. Now it's this side that I'm actually interested in, because we're only going to model one side and then just duplicate it over. And so I followed this pattern and then I mirrored it over, and as you can see, this drawing isn't perfectly symmetrical, and it's not the end of the world. Most drawings aren't, so we can just delete this. Now I believe this is in a group. Hit up arrow key, group 2. Let's take it out of the group. We don't need it in the group. There we go. And I've just frozen the transformation, so I got rid of the negative numbers. And let's just place it so it actually corresponds with the nostril on this side. And there we go. And so now we don't really need to mirror it over. Now I could have just from the beginning with the curve just drawn the nostril here, but I just wanted to show you that the this image isn't perfectly symmetrical. So anyway, we have this nostril there, and so the next thing is to do the curve for the mouth. Now this mouth isn't perfectly symmetrical, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can shape it afterwards when we're done, but anyway, let's just grab this curve tool and let's just click around and create the shape of the mouth. There we go. So very rough. Boom. And if you take a look up close again, it's open, and go to curves and we can close it. Boom. And sometimes when you close it, it gets a bit funky, and that's just because there's various settings for it. Let's take a look. I don't really bother with the settings, to be honest, on this. The reason for that is I can just fix it, afterwards, once we've closed the curve, just by, just moving the vertices around. So yeah, basically that is that done, and we can select the mouth curve, and the pivot is there. So boom, center the pivot and bring the mouth forward. And so this is what we have. So we've created the nostril, we've created the mouth curves, and we want to project the curves onto the surface here. Now normally when you do that, you want a bit more resolution, so go to mesh, smooth, boom, and there we go. It's given us division of 1. I think 1 is enough. If not, you can always hit 2, and there you go, it's even more high res. So yeah, it's up to you. Let's leave it 2. And so let's grab the nostril first, then grab the geometry. We've got to be in the front view, because this is the view that we want to project the curve in. And so if you go to edit mesh, it's got project curve on mesh, open the options. I always keep it on current view direction when this is the view, so it's going to be straight ahead. So it's like stamping the curve right onto the geometry. Boom. And so if we take a look, you can see that's what's happened. And there we go, we've got the nostril on our surface now. And the beauty of this is if you select the curve nostril, you can actually control the projected curve, you see. So if you wanted to move it up or down or across, or even go into the CVs, like grab a couple of the CVs and you wanted to change the shape, you can see that it changes here. Now, one thing to be mindful of is if you hit delete history, you've broken the connection. Okay, so that's that done, and so we don't really need this anymore, but what I tend to do is instead of just throwing it away, I put it on a layer just in case I need to use it again. So boom, and I will call this projected curves. Layer. There we go. And so now we can do the mouth. So grab the mouth, grab the geometry, and we're in the front view, remember, and project curves on mesh. Boom. And there you go. There's the mouth. And again, you know, you can grab the mouth curve and move it around if you want to. I am happy with it. So I'm going to delete history, grab the mouth curve, and right click and choose add selected objects. Boom. There you go. So that's where we're at so far. I'll end this video here and hopefully see you next video.